I rise today in opposition to this legislation in front of us. I started working in the legislature about 16 years ago. At the time, I met a man who was widely respected by all. And as I continued to work over the next 15 years in this body and across the hall, this man was really the expert in all things dealing with the judiciary. He retired recently, and we celebrated him here on the House floor. In this age of term limits, we needed someone who had institutional knowledge about our past, and he provided that. He was respected by Democrats and Republicans. We all know him as Bruce Timmons, and he was the Republican policy expert for judiciary. He testified in committee in the House yesterday and the Senate last week, and he said that this bill is tampering with the court system and is unconstitutional. Bruce Timmons knew that this bill is a bad idea, and perhaps it was because of him that this bill didn't happen over the past 30 or 40 years when he was here. Even when Governor John Engler had his epic brawls with Judge Jim Giddings here in Ingham County, and when Governor Engler had solid Republican majorities in the House and Senate, this bill still didn't move. This bill causes all sorts of problems. This bill allows an appeals court judge to make a decision, then forces an appeal in that same court. That's unheard of. Does the judge that ruled originally have to abstain? The bill doesn't say that. It requires an appeals judge to conduct jury trials and take witness testimony, which they're not equipped to do. It'll require attorneys general to travel the state, causing the state all kinds of expenses. It won't save any money for those who sue the state because they're going to also have to travel the state. They may not have to come to Lansing, they may have to go slightly near, slightly far, but they're also going to have to travel. The bill will also cause a massive backlog in cases for the appeals court and delay court decisions and justice for our citizens. According to the State Bar of Michigan, this bill will prolong appeals that already take 12 to 18 months to complete. That'll also cost the state more money. One of the things that keeps coming up is why the Court of Claims is in Ingham County. So I'm going to remind the body that our Constitution says that Lansing, the city of Lansing, is our seat of government, and Ingham County is the county where the city of Lansing is. I took an oath to follow that Constitution, and I think that when people sue the state, they should come to the seat of government and sue us here. All of our Ingham County judges, circuit judges, as well as several Ingham County commissioners and the Ingham County Controller testified against these bills in committee. The sponsor of this legislation, when it was in the Senate just 1 week ago, said that this will save Ingham County money and it's good for Ingham County. Well, I can tell the body I served on the county commission for 10 years, and not once did this come up, not once. In fact, this bill is going to cost Ingham County about $500,000 and blows a huge hole in their recently passed county budget, yet there was no consideration to reimburse Ingham County for those dollars. As the Lansing State Journal pointed out in their editorial, this is an unfair financial burden to Ingham County's taxpayers. The Lansing State Journal also said that the speed at which this bill is moving suggests a political agenda rather than a better government agenda. Now, I know where the votes are in this chamber, and I know that this debate really doesn't mean a whole lot, which I think is unfortunate, but I hope that the governor is listening to the residents and not just his political operatives. I hope he vetoes this bill and stands up for the rights and needs of Michigan residents instead of those seeking political gain. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative.